It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
I feel like I've been promising a weekend podcast forever, and it hasn't happened. We're here now. Welcome to Sickland USA, the home of the sick, here at the Widmer House. I've been down all week, and so I'm rallying in the weekend. I got to rally tonight into tomorrow. It's got to happen. But it's been hacking, snotting like crazy. I'm doing the thing where I walk around, and you just have, I constantly have paper towels rolled up in my nose. Finally was feeling a little bit better today. Still bad headache. It's been nasty. My wife had it 2 weeks ago. I got it, and I've just been jamming it all week. It's been wonderful. So that's where I've been all week. I tried to record the podcast on Thursday night, and I started coughing so hard and my eyes were just watering because I was hacking so much. I just said, nah, throw in the towel. Boop. Hopefully see you this weekend, and here we are. It is the night before the Super Bowl when I'm recording this. And I made a terrible mistake. Now, tonight, I had an awesome night. I'll maybe try to talk about it on the podcast next week. Daddy-daughter date night, an event in Lexington where dads take their daughters to Keeneland, and they have a big dance party and Chick-fil-A, and it's a great time, and everyone dresses up, and my daughter looked unbelievably stunning, and it was wonderful. But I don't want to talk about that now because this is the night before the Super Bowl, and I love you, Olivia, but the Seahawks have my head at this exact moment. I came home. We stayed out late. We went to bed late. Olivia and I watched Bluey, an episode of Bluey in her bed. That's what she wanted. She wanted to go to a movie. We went to the dance, then we went and painted pottery, and then she was like, can we go to a movie? And I was like, I'll make you a deal. Instead of going to a movie, what about we watch Bluey when we get home? Same thing about. And so we watched Bluey in her bed. 9 o'clock, she's zonked out. She falls asleep. And I'm going to just kind of wait a second while I'm laying there, make sure she's asleep, then I'm going to get out. And at 9:50, I sat straight up. I was passed out. Totally out. And this is bad. Because at 9:50, I woke up. And I think that might be it. Because I woke up and I was like, oh man, I knew we needed to take the dog out. And Anna had texted and she was like, look, I don't know what's the plan with the dog. I had said I was going to take the dog and take her out and stuff tonight. And I woke up and I ran in and grabbed the dog. I was like, so sorry. I fell asleep in Olivia's room, grabbed the dog, went downstairs, and that's when I realized it's less than 24 hours until the Super Bowl kicks off. I'm going to be wide awake now. This is going to be the hardest night to fall asleep. And I was there. I had it. Slam dunk in the bed, sawing logs, ready to go. Get me a good night of sleep. Not feeling good the night before the Super Bowl. Guess what? I'm going to be up all night now. And I've already made my calls to Tim back in Spokane. I called KJ back in Spokane. I Marco Polo'd a few people about the Seahawks. I need to call Johnny Drez here in a second. Need to maybe call Jeremy here in a second. And it's always weird because I look and it was 10:30 when I was making these phone calls. And I was like, I got to call the guys on my list who don't have kids. I can't wake up the people with kids. But I forget it's 3 hours different. Which I guess is worse, calling Johnny during bedtime, calling Judy during bedtime. I don't know. That's great. Anyways, it's here. Super Bowl's here. I'm excited. This will be the fourth Super Bowl for the Seahawks. 2005, I worked the pregame on the radio, at the time 790 KJRB. It was a pregame. So we had the Super Bowl on our radio station that I worked for, the one I did a sports show on. And so I did a pre-show on Sunday afternoon, early. I think I might have skipped church that day. Sorry, Mom. Probably going to skip it tomorrow, too. Sorry, Mom. But did the pre-show, then drove up to Tyler Walters, the only time I ever hung out with him for Super Bowl. And I went up there, I watched with him, Nate, and I think Zach was there. And I watched with the three of them, and the Seahawks lose. And I was bummed, depressed, had to do a sports show the next day, and it was not fun to do. I was super sad. That was 2005. Then we fast forward to, was it 2013 into 2014? I never get the year right on this. but I believe it was 2013 into 2014. I'm going to look. Super Bowl 48. What year was Super Bowl 48? Let's see. What year was Super Bowl 48? February 14th. Yeah, 2013 into 2014. I watched that Super Bowl at my mom and dad's house. I during that time of life, there was it's still going on, but it was Jeremy, Andy, Max, Chris, the Forge guys. That's our group, the Forge. We all got together for the Super Bowl, and then we'd invite other people from like our fantasy football league and stuff. But that core was getting together for the Super Bowl every year. And I skipped the Super Bowl at Andy's house that year because I wanted to watch the Super Bowl without having any outside Hail Marys thrown in from people cheering for the Broncos. And so I just wanted to watch it. I wanted to consume it with people that I knew would let me be me and be crazy. So I watched with my mom and dad. It was great. There was snow on the ground. I went outside after the game. I laid in the snow forever. My mom took a great picture of me. I had a plastic Seahawks Super Bowl helmet. I dove face first into the snow, rolled over, and the whole face mask to my face out was filled with snow. And my mom got a picture of it. It's a great picture. I was way too old to be doing that, but I loved it. Next season, Super Bowl 49, Seahawks lose to the Patriots. I went with Andy, Johnny Boy, Andrew, Rito, Steven, Mark. We got in an RV and we drove to Glendale, Arizona, where the Super Bowl was. We drove to the Super Bowl. Drove down an awesome trip. I did the sports show from the road on Friday. I did it from Boise. That had to be the most miserable sports show ever. Actually, I think I did it Thursday and Friday. I believe we went that many days. Yeah, we left Thursday. So I did the morning show Thursday from the RV. Then did the sports show in the afternoon from Boise in the RV. And then we got to Vegas the next day. I did the sports show from Vegas the next day. And all the boys were there. We had, 2 hours of just talking about football with the fellas. It was fun. It was great. And they lose that one. That stunk. So this year, what's going to happen? Well, people are coming over to our house tomorrow. It is my wife loves throwing a party. So we're going to have the party, but it is a understanding. I am not looking to be friendly. I'm not looking to be a host. This is not how that's working. I'm watching the game in the basement. If you want to just have a casual time, hang out, go upstairs, watching on the main floor in the living room. And if you want to come down and you want to see some stuff get thrown and you want to yell and you want to scream and you want to punch stuff, come down to the basement. That's where I'll be, but it's understood that's what's happening. Don't come down and be like, well, how's work going? It sucks. I'm just going to say it sucks. Everything sucks. I heard you won $1 million. Yeah, it sucks. It doesn't matter what happens. If it's not, don't start. Don't start. If it's not about the Super Bowl, I don't want it. So we're going to be hosting here. It'll be a ton of fun. My kids are hyped for it. I've been brainwashing Huck and Olivia all week into, Seahawks chants, Seahawks everything. Everyone got new Seahawks shirts for the Super Bowl. We'll be rocking those tomorrow. That'll be good. I'm very excited. I am extremely nervous. Beginning of the week, 2 weeks ago, I was Seahawks by 10. Then last week goes on, the off week, and, I'm kind of like, man, I'm getting a little nervous. Then this week, I'm consuming anything I can this week about the Super Bowl. I'm watching all of the shows that are live from Santa Clara, and I'm listening to interviews with players, and I'm listening to analytics, and I'm listening to the Smart Football Brains talk about the game. And as the week went on, I just talked to TC about this. People started buying in on the Patriots, and I'm not saying this in a way where it's like they're doing it to be controversial. There's really good points to be made for the Patriots winning this game. And as a Seahawks fan, when the Seahawks won the NFC Championship, we beat the Rams. It feels very unstoppable because I think the Rams were the best team in the NFL this season. So we beat them, and it was like, well, now we are unstoppable. And I watched that Patriots game. They played against whatever his name is, Jared Stidle. Is that his name? I have no idea. I really have no idea what that Broncos substitute quarterback's name was. And he hung in there. So I didn't feel good. But then you listen this week, and not having watched every Patriots game, it's like they're really good at this, they're really good at this, they're really good schemers. Vrabel's the man, their defense can get stuff done, they can stop the run. Drake May was second in MVP voting, he can do some stuff. And it's like, are we gonna be in this game? So I am nervous. I've got butterflies. I still think we win, but I don't know how much of that is my brain talking and how much of that is the homer in me who needs the Seahawks to win. I am geeked about it, though. And it's funny because a lot of Super Bowls, I love all the extra stuff. I love it. There's people who hate the Super Bowl commercials now, hate the halftime show no matter what now, and they just want to hate everything. If you know me well, you know that's not how I work with this stuff. I love entertainment. So give me the Super Bowl commercials. I want to watch all of them. Give me the halftime show. I don't care who it is. I love Bad Bunny's music, right? It takes me back to being a kid in Venezuela. He has such a great Latin sound. I grew up my entire life surrounded by Latin music. And so Bad Bunny, his music works for me extremely well. It brings back so much nostalgia. I'm very excited for that. I understand a lot of people who are going to be like, it's all in Spanish. What the heck? That makes sense. That makes sense. My Spanish isn't that great. I won't understand the words, but I'll understand that style, that rhythm, that music, that sound. I'm excited about it. So for me, that will be great. But I love all that stuff. Tomorrow, I don't care. Tomorrow, when your team's in it, I don't care about the commercials. I don't care about halftime. I am pacing the entire game. When it is halftime, when it is commercials, I am pacing. I'm getting another Bud Light. I'm getting another Mountain Dew. What a healthy day it's going to be tomorrow. That's what I've got in the refrigerator right now. Mountain Dew Voltage and Bud Light. I'm assuming some people are going to bring some drinks over tomorrow. I already told my boss, Seahawks win tomorrow, man. Monday, I'm not there. I mean, I can come in, but just in terms of my input into the day at work, I'll give it my best effort. My best effort will be fueled by Super Bowl. So know that. I'm excited. In the midst of all this, the Olympics started, and I love the Olympics. I want to be watching the Olympics right now, but I need to be in here talking Seahawks because I'm so excited. I watched the opening ceremonies, a little bit of them last night. I enjoyed them, took them in. It was great. And then again, I was going to watch Olympics today, but it's hard for me to turn the TV on. Knowing there is analytics, there are shows about the Super Bowl going on some sports station. Knowing that's on, it's really hard for me to turn on the Olympics. Because I love the curling, and I think USA took down Canada in curling. I would have loved to have watched that. But I'm watching JSN interviews for the 30th time, right? I'm watching an old story about Sam Darnold that was made when he was in college that surfaced. And I'm watching that. Instead of the Olympics, which I love. I'm pumped. I think the Seahawks win. I think we win by 10. 28-18. Give me 28-18. Final. Give me the bets, the prop bets I'm on. JSN anytime touchdown. Cooper Kupp anytime touchdown. And then I've got the parlay with JSN, Cooper Kupp, parlayed anytime touchdown. So that's where I'm at in terms of those kind of prop bets. I didn't get any prop bets that were like Gatorade color or coin toss. Again, that's hard to do when it's the Super Bowl, because when your team's in the Super Bowl, because I don't care about those things tomorrow. When I normally, I don't know who's singing the national anthem, but I love betting on the over-under on the national anthem. That anthem is going to feel like 8 hours. It's going to feel like 8 hours. They're going to start singing. Who is it? Sorry, the cough is coming. I'm going to have to stop. Who is singing the Super Bowl this year? Who is singing the Super Bowl national anthem? It is Charlie Puth. I don't know how you say his name. Charlie Puth. And let's see what the odds are on it. The odds on... Okay, length of the national anthem according to these... this is according to FoxSports.com. Fox Sports. The third shift on Fox. All right, anyways. I worked for Fox Sports Radio for a while. How about that? Take that and rewind it back. Over under 119 and a half seconds. So 2 minutes is the over on Charlie Puth tomorrow. I'm taking the over because that song is going to last 8 hours if you're a Seahawks fan or a Patriots fan. Longest anthem ever of all time. The last Brave, if you get 4 seconds, is the over. So it's 3.5. 4 seconds is the over if he holds that note for 4 seconds. Will a player or coach cry during the national anthem? Yes is minus 230. So $10 to win 14. First coach shown on the broadcast. I think they show Vrabel's the favorite. I think they show Vrabel first. First quarterback shown on the broadcast. I do think they show Sammy D. Because I think they're going to show Vrabel. Then I think they're going to cut to Sammy D. But Drake May is the favorite because he was second in the MVP voting. What are some other things? That's all I got for you with the props on the national anthem. All right, I got to go watch a bunch of crap. I got to go read more. I got to go get nervous. I need to go to sleep. It's 11:20. I need to go to sleep. So I'm going to go lay down, but I'm going to have my phone and laptop. I'm going to fall asleep at 2 o'clock. This is how you do not get over sickness, is by not sleeping. All right. Thank you for checking out a weekend pod. Later. Go Hawks.